Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel Vortigon Gaming. Let's run some Mythic Plus dungeons in World of Warcraft. Today we're going to be running a Dawn of the Infinite Murozond's Rise, level 16 as an Arcane Mage. The weekly affixes are Fortified, Afflicted, and Raging. I will be doing my best to give a live commentary of the dungeon run. If you're into that kind of content, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, I would say this is one of my weaker dungeons this season. And, you know, normally I'd be trying to run this at, let's say, like a plus 20. In fact, I think I'm going to be doing that next week, even though next week is a tyrannical week. And, you know, that the last boss in here is going to be a bit of a nightmare to deal with, I feel like. But we are only a few hours out from the weekly reset, so I figured I might as well get, you know, a lower level run in, see what I'm going to be dealing with next week. Either way though, this level 16 actually should be high enough to give me a boost in my IO score, so it's not going to be completely a waste of time. But even if it didn't, I think it'd be good practice to see you know, what the whatchamacallit, the dungeon run might be like, you know, next week. Either way, there is one part in here that, you know, I would love to practice, and it's basically the Frogger section. You'll see what I'm talking about after we take down this first boss here, although we do need to clear the trash around the room before the boss even spawns, so that's what we're doing right now. I didn't ask the tank yet where they wanted Lust, but I figured I think a safe place to use Lust here is going to be on the first boss, and that will line up with where we'll want to use Lust later. This is only level 16 though, so you know it's not really too big of a deal where we use Lust in here. I feel like the bigger deal is to just not die to stuff that you shouldn't be dying to, right? Speaking of mechanics that you shouldn't be getting hit by, this Time Maiden has this thing called Orb of Contemplation that you should be dodging. Since if you get hit by it, you get silenced for I think like a few seconds at least. And that really cuts into the amount of DPS that you can do to your target. I would get hit by it to kind of demonstrate, but you know, I'm not about to throw these players' runs, especially since it looks like this. Oh, I almost did exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. But anyway, especially since this MTC Sin dude seems like he needs to complete this dungeon at higher than a level 16. It looks like he hasn't cleared it at a. Oh wait, no, that's for fall. That's the one thing I don't really like about the Raider IO, whatchamacallit, like display for the season. Whenever you're in Dawn of the Infinites, it defaults to one or the other, and it's hard to see which level keystones you need to run for the, you know, the specific half of the dungeon. Anyway, we're going to use Hero on this boss. This boss is pretty straightforward. Dodge the frontals and stuff. Dodge the hammer swings, and then when he goes to the middle of the room, he uses resources actually. When his resource meter hits 0, he's going to go to the middle of the room and start pulling in balls into the middle of the room. I think he's also going to do a soak in like 2 seconds. Yeah, right here. We'll go ahead and hit shift and power while he's doing that, and then all 5 of us should soak up enough damage where, you know, we won't take too much damage if all 5 of us are in it. Okay, so he's at 0 energy, so he's going to get a shield. We're going to run to the middle of the room and pick up as many balls as we can. The best strategy here is to stay as near to the pillar as you can, since it's easier to run in a circle if you're nearer to the pillar. But either way, this is going to do it for boss 1. So we'll go ahead and give ourselves a slash cheer and move on to the next part of the dungeon.
To Dragonkind. I just have to keep telling myself this wasn't really him.
Alright.
Okay, just need to... Uh-oh.
So this this pack of ads can be a little bit tough to deal with on a Fortified week, especially when this Watchkeeper does Infinite Fury. That does a lot of, I think it's AoE damage to everyone. Timeless Curse is easy to deal with, just sidestep the whatchamacallit, the golden swirlies on the ground. Don't think we need Mass Barrier right here. I do have Mass Barrier in case there's a massive amount of AoE damage taking all of us out. Gives everyone a barrier. And then here is easily the worst part of the dungeon. I don't think I've ever cleared this part of the dungeon on my own. I've always had to rely on the other people in the group doing it for me. Yep. Maybe I can make history here with in this video right here. Oh, okay, let's dodge that. We'll go ahead and sidestep that. This is going to be a little bit iffy. Okay. This is not the farthest I've ever gotten, but it's pretty far, and I spoke too soon. Okay, they haven't opened it yet. Oh. Alright. Go to the right. Okay, it looks like they made it by. Oh my god, I did it. I don't even think I needed to do it. I think they were already here, but you know what? I think that's the first time I've done that this season. And we're what, like 8 weeks in? You know what, that's a... I'll say that's a massive achievement, even if we don't time this dungeon. We won today. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pop a burn on this guy. I'm not talking too much about the Arcane Mage rotation since it is only level 16. You really don't need to know how to play your class that well to time a level 16. Excuse me. But in the case of Arcane Mage is actually pretty straightforward, at least on the... like, okay, maybe the specific details about how to play Arcane Mage are pretty complex, but kind of the general gist of it is that you have two phases. You have the burn phase and you have the conserve phase. The burn phase is you apply Radiant Spark to a target and you cast 5 spells on the target, one of them being a barrage, and as the barrage is traveling to the target, you cast Touch of the Magi on the target. And Radiant Spark and Touch of the Magi both give you burn windows to do as much damage as you can to the target. And then once Touch of the Magi wears off, you go into the conserve phase, which is basically use your spells in such a way that you have enough mana for the next burn phase. It really is that simple. If you want more details on exactly which spells you should be using, you know, there are enough guides on YouTube. I think you can take a look at those. I'm not an expert. I just know how not to die to mechanics usually, and that's how I get through these dungeons. Anyway, speaking of not dying, this pull is getting a little bit rough. It looks like someone took care of the other ghost before I did, so I still had the curse removal on there. Oh, let's go ahead and hit whatchamacallit, Frost Nova to lock those dudes in their stead, so that the tank has time to react to that. I'm not a big fan of this room. It's really easy to you know, mistakenly aggro some of the ads in here, and that locks you out from being able to go through the portals. So it is important to clear as much of this room as you can, I feel like. I am using the personal lust talent, so I could be popping Time Warp here to give myself some more damage, but I don't think it's going to be too important here. Oh, our healer is down, but that's fine.
When time gets rewritten, things get messy.
Go ahead and hit Shifting Power to get some of our cooldowns back.
Anything.
Looks like we are heading to Morchie next. Oh. Okay, I will stay back with the tank to see to it that our healer can make it through without mistakenly pulling anything. Alright, he's here. Let's go ahead and go through the portal. I also see now that some of the players have lost their Arcane Intellect buff, so I will go ahead and reapply that for them as we land. Alright. And I don't think we're going to have, whatchamacallit, Lust ready for the boss fight, but you know what, that's fine. It is only a Fortified week, so I don't think it will be that important. Next week, maybe. This boss is a little rough. Well, I would say most of the bosses in here are pretty rough, I feel like. Other than maybe the first one. Either way, let's go ahead and set a focus on Morchie. We'll also go ahead and hit Shifting Power to get some of our cooldowns back. Everyone is in the boss room, so that's good. And then here we're looking out for the Morchie that doesn't have a hat. So you'll see Morchie turn into many copies of herself, and then the one without the hat is going to be over here. So we'll walk over this way so that we don't get hit by the Dragon Breath. And then once we're out of that, we'll go ahead and go into a burn. Right. Let's see where the time traps are. We'll go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to blink over here. And... okay.
I need to get closer.
They'll run on the other side of that to get that immediately into one of the traps. Looks like our healer's dead, but I don't think that's anything really to worry about too much. I think a bigger deal is the fact that the other people in my group have not taken care of their ads. They should be running that into a, whatchamacallit, a time trap. There's also Afflicted Cry that's about to go off. It looks like we're going to have a 100% haste reduction, but I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal since Morchie is about to die. And that's going to do it for boss number 2. We'll go ahead and get a res on that healer right there. Releasing in this dungeon is something you typically don't want to do here, since you will have to deal with that sand room back at the... well, I guess it's technically boss number 2 of the whole dungeon, but it's the room we cleared before coming here.
There's 2 arrows pointing to the right.
Alright. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go into the... oh, I think I'm standing in front of that arrow bot. That's not good. Anyway, let's go ahead and pop a burn on this guy. Look, the cry is coming out. I need to... there we go. We can take care of that. Let's go ahead and hit Shifting Power to get some of our cooldowns back.
I have many lucky doos you like.
And then here we are going to go into... I think this is the catwalk, right? So we only need to dodge like the golden balls floating over the ground here. All right. I think these balls knock you off if you run into them. All right. Oh. Now I don't know if the tank is going to want to pull these floating worms over here. But if he doesn't, then we're going to wait for the worms to pass before we run over, I think, right? Oh, that is not good. It looks like we're gonna pull them though. So yeah, let's go ahead and... oh, never mind.
any point in time.
Alright, you know what? I'm going to take care of that first, though, because that's something I want to do. And then we get this, that. Hopefully we can save this. Oh, that is not good. You know what? I'm going to wait until the haste falls off. And then we can go into a burn after that. Or maybe we don't even need it. Oh, I might need it, actually. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and hit, what is it? Ice Cold. Okay, so that wasn't, like, the worst thing to happen, but, yeah, you do want to be watching where you're pathing through this part so you don't mistakenly pull these worms right here. Anyway, we'll go ahead and reapply the Arcane intellect buff. And you know what? I think we will we'll pop hero on this boss. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, that should be good. This is not the boss right here. Oh, I'm being targeted by that. That is not a great thing to have happen. I do want to burn those ads down though. Okay. Ghosts are coming out. We'll go ahead and swap over, take care of it. Volatile Mortar. It's targeting me again. Okay, we'll start running. Alright. I'll ask them if they want Lust on this boss. I know this isn't the boss yet, but you know, we'll ask before the actual boss comes out and see if they want it. Okay, we'll take care of that. Okay, they said sure. Looks like it's Horde this week, so when the Horde boss comes out, we'll go ahead and pop Lust on pull. Okay. The boss is out. Let's go ahead and Lust. And boss is already down to half health. That's a good start, I would say. Am I being targeted? Blade Storm going through the middle of the battlefield, maybe not so good. I think if it hits those guys in green, the ghosts in green on the battlefield, it's going to do a bit of damage to us. Also, there are ads we want to take care of, but it looks like we're going to get this guy down before the ads even pose a problem. That's going to do it for boss number 3, so let's go ahead and head on to the final part of the dungeon. I have to say, this dungeon is running much smoother than I thought it was going to. It might be that it's only a level 16, it is a fortified week, but I think with next week I am looking to get my full tier set by next week. I actually only have 3 items on me. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, I only have 3 out of 5, and so I'm not getting the bonus that comes with 4 pieces of the tier set. But hopefully next week I can get my 4th piece, and then we can have a little bit more damage to make the level 20 run as smooth as this level 16 run.
One chance at this. Traveling so far into the past takes a lot of power, and I'm no aspect.
I've already also run Galakron's Fall at a level 20 and timed it, so this is actually the only half that I need to do at a level 20 to get the portal for this dungeon, so I am looking forward to that. What I'm not looking forward to is this next pull, since it does have an Infinite Slayer and 2 Timeline Marauders, and those hit kind of hard.
Oh, shoot.
Okay,
Can you handle this?
we can get Arcane Surge out before that line of swirlies comes to terrorize me. Okay, here we go. think we do need to take care of that guy right there. Hit that. Okay. Healer's down. That's not too big of a deal though, because the Infinite Slayer is almost down as well.
Come on.
Alright.
The aspects are just ahead. Wait, the proto
Go ahead and hit
aspects,
shifting power
I
and
mean.
get some of our cooldowns.
We face enemies above and below.
Everyone, the Infinites are here, and we must stop them. You have to trust me. Now, we have to face the Infinites together this time. They're the black glowy dragons in the ravine.
Very well.
Alright. So the main mechanic on this boss is basically these golden balls that fall from the sky, and you have to stand under the golden balls so that they don't drop quickly. But the thing is that if they both hit the ground at the same time, well, each one applies like a buff, or it like does AoE damage to the whole group, and it applies a buff that increases the amount of damage that the other one does. So you have to let them drop one at a time. So basically what's going to happen is this guy's going to move out of his orb, his ball, so it hits the ground. Then I wait for this to get down to 0 seconds, and I move out of mine, and then it can hit the ground without causing us to wipe, basically. And other than that, basically sidestep the swirlies and don't die, and that's pretty much the whole. Fight. Okay, hit 0. Go ahead and run out. Now the thing is, if the first guy doesn't run out immediately, then on phase 2 of this fight, you have this issue where it's like, basically, you need the guy to run out immediately so that when that hits about 0 seconds on the debuff, it lines up with the other mechanic where he spawns a bunch of swirlies on the ground. You have to sidestep them. So that way you don't have to worry about you know, doing this golden ball mechanic while also sidestepping swirlies. It'll be more clear once we get there, and I have a feeling we're gonna get there since we're already like halfway there anyway.
Your nightmare shall not be.
All right.
Our will is unmatched. No power can save you.
Okay. So 0 seconds. Let's go ahead and move out here. Give ourselves a shield. And we actually have personalized lust available, so I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. I'm also going to get rid of that ghost right there. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and go into a burn. Alright, Infinity Orb is coming out soon. So this guy's going to run out of it immediately, and you'll notice by the time that I'm running out of mine, he'll be starting Infinite Corruption, or at least the swirlies are going to come out, so that way I can start moving and dodging those. And yeah, that's about it for this boss fight. Now it's just don't die and get him down to 0 health. That should do it. It looks like we're about to do it in like a couple seconds too.
And dream of a better tomorrow.
Alright. And that will do it for... Oh, I also forgot that there is a cutscene, but we can go ahead and skip that. And yeah, that will do it for Dawn of the Infinite Murozond's Rise, level 16 as an Arcane Mage. So we'll go ahead and give ourselves a slash cheer. Thank everyone for a clean dungeon run, and even congratulate them for 2-starring the dungeon. And of course we are an Arcane Mage, so the common courtesy is to give everyone a portal back to the main hub of the expansion. And that's going to about do it for this video, so if you liked what you saw here, feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see me run any other dungeons during Dragonflight Mythic Plus Season 3, let me know in a comment down below which dungeon you'd like to see me run. Hopefully I can get around to posting a lot of that. Anyway, that's going to about do it for me here, so I hope you all had fun watching, and I will see you all later.